Well, we're back. Except this time we spent a lot less time in Paris than I expected. This journey began in Paris, but it wasn't long before we drove out to a place I'd only heard of in history books. Spending a weekend at a castle in the French country was something I could have only imagined. But there we were, my first time seeing a real-life moat, kicking off what became another memorable trip. When I head to Europe, the jet lag is always brutal, so I try my best to get on schedule beginning the first day. I actually got up this morning around 7 a.m. and got ready for the day. This really helped my body adjust a lot more quickly to the time change. We're a little puffy, but nothing I wasn't expecting. Thankfully, it was a gorgeous day. We went out to explore and we made some new friends. Look at the little tail. This one got so excited to see me walking up with treats. This was my favorite part of being in Normandy. It was perfectly peaceful, just surrounded by nature. We've deduced this one is probably pregnant. She looks rather full. Now that I get a good look at all of them, they kind of all look like they're shaped like that, so who knows? The evenings were reserved for dinner at the chateau, so it was the perfect balance of enjoying the surroundings during the day and a little refinement after dark. And before I knew it, it was time to head back to the city. We wanted to feed the goats one last time before we left when they closed the gate.
Too bad.
It was really mean. This drive was so peaceful. It turns out I actually love the country more than being in big cities. There's just so much to appreciate that we don't have in cities. But as sad as I was to leave, at least we were going to a city that I love. Brussels is his hometown, so I've come to know it well. We head to Le Pain Quotidien a lot to work, which, by the way, is a Belgian company. My favorite combination any day is a croissant beurre et chocolat chaud. And yes, it tastes different here than in the US. Our next stop was not too far away in Antwerp for a special mission. We're gonna head into the jewelry store and he's gonna resize my ring, and I'm gonna talk to him about possibly changing the setting.
And we also need to add our names in it.
Oh, that's right! We're getting engraved! Yeah. I forgot!
That's the cool part.
That's right. I got to have some one-on-one time with the owner of Blue Nash and learned so much about jewelry and diamonds. He explained to me some of the points of safety in the way he set the ring, so we kind of came to a compromise that satisfied his safety concerns and my aesthetic taste. Well, I am without my ring now for about a week.
Broski, ça va? I'm good, man. How you doing? Sorry when you called. I was at the jewelry spot.
And since we were in Antwerp, it's such a beautiful city, we decided to stay and do some shopping and eat before we headed back to Brussels. I was having a very particular craving that we had to hunt down. When I have a craving, I have to have it.
I've never looked for croquettes in my life.
He was surrounded by this cuisine growing up, so it's not that special to him, but to me it's so delicious. If you haven't had shrimp croquette, it's so good. We finally found this quick spot that had it. Was it the best croquette I've had in my life? No, but it doesn't matter. It never matters as long as we're together and making these core memories. And finally, after some time with family in Brussels, our journey took us right back to Paris. It was around this time the weather started to get really chilly, so that was my cue to pack it up and head back to California. I had a lot to prepare for Monday Born going into the end of the year, so I was eager to get back to my routine, but of course it's never easy leaving him and having to spend time apart. But the more I spend time here, the more it's starting to feel like it could be home away from home.